From the station that made country music famous, 650 AM WSM, this is a Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast. Hi, it's Charlie Matos, and in this episode, we would Zoom with our friend Annie F. Downs. This was recorded October the 18th of 2021. Annie was just getting set to release a new children's book, What Sounds Fun to You? We would talk about that, a book signing that she had coming up, her podcast, and a whole lot more with Annie F. Downs.
Coffee, Country, and Cody.
And look at that smiling face at straight up 9 o'clock in the Central Time Zone. I don't know how long she's been up, but she comes complete with her name as a backdrop. I like
good.
that.
Yes.
I like somebody who knows how to promote. Fun. Kelly Sutton with our girlfriend Annie F. Downs on Coffee, Country, and Cody.
It's so good to see your face. How are you?
Y'all, good morning. Listen, y'all know I just wake up like this. I don't even drink coffee. This is just how God made me. I am this smiley, and when I wake up, it is just how I am. I feel for all the people who see me before 9 a.m. because I am this good all morning.
Oh, my gosh. Annie and I go way back, and there's so many amazing books that she has and so many fans now with the podcast. I was just counting. So That Sounds Fun podcast network. You started your own, and then you started collecting friends and going, you've got a podcast, come on over here. How many do you have in your network now, Annie?
So there are 10 shows under the network, including some that y'all probably know and love. Kaylee Dickerson's show is on our network. Lauren Aiken's show is on our network. It is so fun. Y'all know, I mean, it's just more fun to do things with friends. So once we realized that there were some friends in our world who had the idea and the talent and the desire to do a podcast, but didn't quite know how to do it. I was like, well, I know how to do that. It's like asking a baker to help you make a cake. I'm like, well, I've been making cakes for years. Come on over. Let me help you bake. So it has been so fun.
So when is Lauren going to have that baby? How far along is she?
She's close.
Is she?
I think.
Oh, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, I think it's just a couple of weeks.
Right? We're on Baby Watch. We've been waiting. We're looking at it. But season 2 of Lauren's podcast is now out. And then the Coffee with Kaylee, I just saw the artwork for it. It looks amazing. And we love her. And now you've got a new project because you're doing a children's book.
Yes. Can you believe it? I'm so excited. It is a big day when a woman who is not married yet, not a mom yet, gets to write a kid's book. So I just love it. I have so many friends that here's what I didn't know. Y'all maybe knew this, but I didn't know when my friends had kids that they were giving me a new generation of friends. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't know that was happening, that now I have all these like mini best friends. I call them my mini BFFs. I didn't know that was going to happen. And being around that, I used to teach elementary school. And so I've been around kids my whole life. And so getting to write this book about fun for kids has been it's just been really beautiful and fun. I mean, it's been fun, but it taps into that deep thing of like, man, I remember how much I loved picture books when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And I read them when I was a teacher, and I read them to my friends' kids. And now I get to write one that has a bunch of kids illustrated in it that are kids I actually know. We gave the illustrator pictures of my friends, and she drew them into the book. And I mean, it's just one of the sweetest things I've ever gotten to be a part of.
So when did you write your first book? How long ago?
Well, this is a great question. I wrote it in 2006. Okay. It did not come out until 2012. I'm a long-suffering person.
That's a big edit.
But think about this. Somebody who was, and I wonder if this has happened, somebody who was 5 or 6 and got your book is now a teenager. Yes. They come up to you in an autograph line somewhere?
Yes.
Does that happen?
In fact, we have my first 3 books that came out were for teen girls. And so you think about, man, those girls in 2012 who were 15, who read one of my first books, maybe last year read That Sounds Fun. I talked to y'all about it, read Remember God. And now they have a 4-year-old. And now their 4-year-old's going to, it's just like, man, it's such an honor to like sneak into every corner of their life and be a voice that they trust. Moms and dads are looking for voices they trust to read books to their kids. And so I like that they already trust me a little bit.
They trust you a lot. What sounds fun in this book? What are some of the things that you remember? Were they things that you grew up having fun with, Annie, or was it stuff that you're doing with your mini BFFs right now that you're like, oh, we got to put this in the book?
So at the end of every episode of the That Sounds Fun podcast, I always ask, because the show is called That Sounds Fun, tell me what sounds fun to you. So it's a question I ask grownups all the time. And they always start with, I wonder if y'all think this is wild. People always start with, well, I don't know if this will be fun to you, or this may not be interesting to you. There's like this level of shame around our adult fun of like, well, I love to cross stitch, but that's embarrassing. Or I still play baseball, but I don't want anybody to know. And I think some of that is because as we were growing up, there were certain things that were cool. And if you didn't like those, you were ashamed. Right. I mean, that is the nature of going to school, is that you learn what's cool and what's not cool.
Right.
And so what we did when I started writing this book and was thinking through it with my team and with the kids that are friends of mine, my mini BFFs, I started thinking, man, what if we did a spread outside on a playground and we showed a lot of different things that were fun? And that way a kid goes, wait, that looks like me. That's the part I like. I like reading outside, or I like playing soccer, or I like being on a swing. It's why we worked really hard about the diversity in the book too. We wanted kids that look different based on skin tone and hair color and ability level. We have a kid with a hearing aid in the book, and kids with glasses, and kids in wheelchairs. Because what y'all know is true, and what's true to me too, is if I read a book and I can see myself in it, I'll believe the book. And so we wanted kids to see themselves. And then believe, because when it all boils down, y'all know this, when it all boils down, what we want kids to believe is that God made them on purpose, and that they aren't an accident, and they don't have to pretend to be someone that they're not. And so if we could teach that through the vehicle of fun and go like, oh, these kids like all sorts of different things. Well, if a kid likes that and it's cool and I like that, can it be cool too? Yeah. God made you on purpose. This is exactly who you were meant to be. So it's kind of doing a little bit of sneaky encouragement through the vehicle of fun.
NEFdowns.com on the web, where it says author, speaker, podcaster, loud laugher. I love
that's true. You know that's true. I always got to warn y'all before we get going.
And you're doing a reading tomorrow. Tell us where, for people who are watching and listening all over the world, especially here in Nashville.
That's right. For our local friends or anybody who wants to drive, one of the pages in the book, What Sounds Fun to You, it was inspired by the 12 South Farmers Market that happens every Tuesday right over here in 12 South from May to October. And so we're doing a reading there tomorrow afternoon at 4:00. And the book actually comes out tomorrow, which y'all know this is like Christmas Eve to me. I'm just bubbling with excitement that it comes out tomorrow. So I'm going to go read it with all my friends are coming, and anybody's welcome. We want everybody to show up. We'll do a little reading. I'll sign books for people. We have a little cutout of the main character, little Annie, that people can take pictures with. So we're just throwing a party and doing it at the farmer's market.
Oh, and if people pre-order before tomorrow, then they get a special autograph that can go in their book as well. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, because you know what kids want is they want the author to write their name.
Right.
You know, like they want to see their name. And so the only way we figured out how to do that is we printed up little book plates. And so I've been going through, if y'all knew how many evenings I'm watching Great British Baking Show. Well, last night he watched the Braves. How about those Braves?
All right. Woo! Yes.
Scored in the bottom of the ninth. I'll tell you what, the Braves like giving us a heart attack every night. So I'm watching the Braves and writing things to little Isaiah and little Katie and little Sarah. And so what you do is you go to whatsoundsfuntoyou.com. You go and pre-order the book wherever you want to. You can go to Parnassus. You can go to Logos, any of our local places in Nashville, or any of the online retailers. And then go to whatsoundsfuntoyou.com. And if they do it by midnight tonight, I'll write a little book plate, sign it with their name and my name. And then we'll mail that with some stickers and some coloring pages. We just want kids to feel like
stickers.
We're friends.
Yes.
That's right.
Nearly 5-year-old granddaughter Lily is, if it's got stickers, it's for her.
It's a win.
We're getting them to you. We will get them to you. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is we want the kids to feel like Annie isn't just this person that writes a book. Annie is my friend. Because as you said earlier, if they believe me now, they'll believe me when they're 13, and they'll believe me when they're 23.
You got it.
And that's what we want. We want to keep them as friends.
I love you because you were born with the joy gene in your soul.
Oh,
and it shows every time I'm around you.
Love it.
The reading and book signing is tomorrow, 4 to 7, Sevier Park Farmers Market. That's at 3000 Granny White Pike.
Yes.
It's 9 minutes after 9 o'clock. 9 on it. Thank you so much, Annie.
Oh, I'm always glad to see y'all. Thank y'all for doing that. That means a lot to me to get to be on here. So,
hang on, we're going to rewind to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry in just a little bit as we continue our countdown to 5,000 Saturday night broadcasts. Take you back to the weekend past with John Conley coming up.
Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Well, you're right about this being a bad idea.
Thanks for saying, sir.
6:50 a.m. WSM.
Thanks for listening to our Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast. Our program director at WSM Radio is J. Patrick Tittle. Our digital producer is Haley Hall. Marketing and promotions director is Amanda Cannon. And I'm Charlie Matos. If you like what you've heard, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And leave us a review on iTunes. It really does help new people find the show.